Dear students, now we will see some more flags. So we have seen setf function and setf function through which we can set flags and we can format our output. So in continuation we will see some more flags. So let's say you have some boolean variable and let's say my variable name is varbool. Okay, and let's say you want to input this varbool and you want to get output for this varbool. Okay, B is capital, that's why it is giving us an error. I'll correct it. So it's quite simple. Okay, varbool. So input boolean variable. So for example, let's run it. So whatever we do, let's say I input 0. So it will give you 0. I forgot to put end line. 0 means false. So let's put end line here. Now let's run it again. So whenever I give 1, 1 means true, it will give us 1. Whatever value 1 or 0 you will give it, it will give you in return 0 or 1. If we'll give any other value than 0 or 1, it will give some absurd results because Boolean works on 0 and 1. So let's see, can I give, if I want to give true, can I write true here? No, I cannot write. Because by default in C++ boolean values you can input 0 and 1 for boolean and so that you will get output 0 for false, 1 for true. But what if we want to input true or if we want to get output as true and false? So for that you can set a flag. So for example, I set a output flag. So to set output flag I will write cout.setf for iOS class and my flag is bool alpha. So what happens if we do this? If we set this flag bool alpha, then what happen? Okay, what happened? So let's similarly, let's say we set flag for input also. So cin dot setf iOS bool alpha. So I forgot to write L here, that's why it is giving us an error. So let's run it. So now because we set the flag, we are able to give input as true and false also. See, now I can write true, it will give us true. Now I can write false because we set the flag for both input and output. So because for input we want to give input for our choice, that's why I set flag for input here, cin.setf. We want that output of our choice, that's why we set flag for cout. Now let's say we do not want to give input. So let's say I write input at 0. So it will give us false. So it's your choice. You can set it here. If for boolean value we have another flag bool alpha. If you want boolean output in rather than 0 1 you want true and false, you can set this flag. So you can do it without setting flag also. For example, don't use the setf function. You can simply call bool alpha here. Bool alpha. You can simply call bool alpha here inside cout. So it will also work the same. Let's run it. Let's say true. So it is doing the same thing. Let's say false. Okay, so now let's discuss some more flags. So let's say you want, let's say we are giving an output for some decimal number. Let's say my number is 12356.567. So whenever we run, what type of output we will get? We will get, okay, this is for bool flag. complete number. But let's say you do not want complete number, you want 2 digits after decimal or 3 digits after decimal. So you can set your precision also. These are another functions. For example, let's say cout dot precision, and let's say my precision is 5. So it will give now up to 5 numbers. So it should be 123.567. These are 6 numbers. It should be up to 5 numbers, 123.5, and when it is 7, it becomes 6 becomes 7. So let's run it. Okay, just a minute. Let's make it as a, just a minute. Otherwise, every time I have to give input for this bool variable. So let's make it as command because we have checked it now. So let's run it now. See, 123.57. Why it is 7? Because if we have more than greater than 5 or the previous next number, and we want to omit it, previous numbers always become more than increment by 1. So it is 123.57. It is giving you up to 5 digits. So what happen if the number is your if number is not a decimal number? So for example, let's say we set precision and we are inputting a non-decimal number. So it does not make any effect on a non-decimal number. It will set precision only if number is a decimal point number. So if you want to specify the digits after the decimal, you can set your precision. Similarly, let's say you want to print something here. Let's say, okay, let's say I want to print good morning. Or let's make it simple. Let's say I want to print good. And what I want, whenever I will run it, it will simply give you like this. When you run it, it will simply print good here. But what you want to print it means like after some gap. So one thing is that you give some spaces inside the string quotes, inside the double quotes, you give some tabs. But you can set the width so that all the all output should be at a particular place. So you can set the width. For that we have a width function, cout dot width, and let's say my width is 15. So it will automatically set the width of 15. So let's say 15. So let's see, 4 are, so before 4 there will be 11 places. So it will set the width, whatever you will. So for example, let's say you have characters more than the width. What happened? So let's say I write, I am good. How are you all doing? Okay, so it means it has more than 15 character, but this will not truncate. If it exceeds, it will print all the characters. It will not truncate the more characters after 15 excess characters. I am good. How are you all doing? So it will not truncate. If it exceed the weight, it will print everything. So one thing is that you can set the weight. Second is, for example, when you are running it and you set some weight, so previous this space is blank. If you want to fill this space with some special character, for example, sometimes you want to fill this space with some special character, so we can set that character also. That is known as cout fill function, cout.fill, and let's say I want to fill it with asterisk. So whatever is blank, I want to fill that blank with asterisk. So now let's run it. See, there should be 9 asterisks, 11 asterisks, and then good, because width is 15. So it will fill the excess characters with asterisks. Okay, so this is one thing. Now let's say when you run it, it always is right justified. What you want? You want your text should be here, and after that it should fill by 15 spaces should fill. You want your text should be left justified. So simply you could just I am going to copy paste it so that you can check the difference. So you can set another flag, and that flag is known as left. So cout dot setf, and it should be iOS left. So iOS left means now your text will be left justified. So let's run it again. See, here it is right justified. By default it will be right justified because we have not set any flag, and here it is left justified. So you could do it, you could like, these are formatting, this is for formatting your output, some manipulator. These functions are already in input output stream. So this video is just how to set your output. In next video we will see some manipulator functions, and then I will tell you how to write your own manipulator. Thank you.